This is clear. This is based on the gaseous composition. Homogeneous mixture of the gases. Heterosphere, here there is no mixture, but they are being arranged in layers or they are being stratified. This is clear. More details we'll discuss. Ionosphere that we'll discuss when we discuss the ionosphere. Okay. Now the other zonation that is based on thermal, that is temperature. And we call it as thermal zonation or thermal based on the thermal properties. Okay. Here we have different layers: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere. Those we'll be discussing. So here in a stratosphere, see here in page number 96. Okay, page number 95, you can see stratosphere. It consists of exosphere and ionosphere. That we'll be discussing afterwards. Okay, those part we'll be discussing when we discuss the thermal zonation. As well, homosphere, that you ozone layer, that we'll be discussing when we discuss the stratosphere. Okay, this part leave for time being. Okay, major gases are important to life, that we will discuss afterwards. First, to discuss the structure of the Earth. Okay. Now see here, according to thermal zonation, how the structure of the atmosphere is there. This is our Earth. Now see here. Here we have, this is our troposphere. Okay, it is up to 15 kilometers. So it can vary from 8 kilometer to 18 kilometer. So it is like this here. This is our Earth. This is our troposphere. So on the equator, it is around 18 kilometers. Its altitude, its height is, its thickness is around 18 kilometers on the equator. As we move from equator towards the pole, its thickness decreases. It can be 8 kilometers or 10 kilometers on the poles. This is clear. The thickness of the troposphere decreases as we move towards the poles. As you are moving from equator towards the pole, the thickness of the troposphere decreases. So it varies from 8 to 18 kilometers. 8 kilometers on the poles, 18 kilometers on the equator. And mean, we can say, is around 15 kilometers. It's around 15 kilometers. In some books it is 16 or 17 as well. It's around 15 kilometers. It is troposphere. So what happens here? See here. As we go up towards this layer, as you are moving up in the troposphere, the temperature will increase or decrease. Temperature increases or decreases? Anyone in class?
Decreases.
Decreases. That you as well know. As we move on the mountains, the temperature is low. So as the altitude increases, the temperature decreases. As the altitude increases, temperature decreases. So somewhere here we have the temperature at the tropopause. We call it as tropopause. That we'll be discussing after some time. It is here 50 degrees Celsius. So here the temperature decreases and it's on the tropopause, that is the boundary of the troposphere, that is tropopause. It is between the troposphere and stratosphere. The boundary of the troposphere is tropopause. This is tropo and pause. This is clear? So here the temperature is around minus 50 degrees Celsius. So and see here at what rate the temperature is decreasing. It is around 6.4 degrees Celsius per kilometer. This is the lapse rate. Normal lapse rate or mean lapse rate we used to call it. So for each kilometer, the temperature decreases by 6.4 degrees Celsius. As you move up in the troposphere by 1 kilometer, the temperature decreases by 6.4 degrees Celsius. This is clear. This is called as mean lapse rate. Or you can read it somewhere, some books it is written normal lapse rate. This is clear. Now see here, this is our first layer, troposphere. So what all happens in the troposphere? All the life forms is in troposphere. All the life forms is in troposphere. And all the weather phenomena that take place in troposphere, clouds formation, that is in troposphere. So all the major phenomena that all takes in troposphere. So troposphere, all the air, all the winds, all are in troposphere. About the troposphere discussed, humidity and those all we have to discuss. Okay. Now see here, majority of the vapor, it is found in troposphere. So what happens? Okay, as the vapor go up, its density decreases, it expands. As the air expands containing vapor, what will happen? It will cool down. It will cool down. So what will happen to the vapor? It will cool down, it will form into droplets. It will form into droplets, and so what happens? The vapor condenses. Condensation of the vapor take place. It forms into droplets. How droplets are formed? See here. As well in troposphere, we have the dust particles. They as well rise up in the air. As they rise in the upper atmosphere, they are dust particles. Now, these dust particles, they act as nucleus. They act as nucleus, and around them or on them, the water vapor condenses. It starts to condense, and bigger molecules of water vapor, bigger droplets are formed here. And as they forms, as it condenses, the clouds are formed. So all the weather phenomena that is taken place in troposphere. These phenomena we will discuss as well when we discuss the formation of clouds and all. Precipitation, when we discuss, we'll discuss these phenomena more in detail. This is clear. As the air containing water vapor, it rises, it expands. As it expands, it cools down. Temperature decreases, and as it cools down, the water vapor will convert into droplets. And on what it converts, the dust particles are there. They access the nucleus. On them, the water vapor condenses, and droplets are formed, and with different kinds of clouds are formed in the troposphere. So majorly, the cloud formation, all these phenomena is taking place in troposphere. Okay, temperature we have discussed. Normal lapse rate, that is 6.4 degrees Celsius per kilometer. For each kilometer ascent, that is for moving up in the troposphere by 1 kilometer, as you move, the decrease in temperature is 6.4 degrees Celsius. So here the mean temperature of the atmosphere is around 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, you can see at the troposphere temperature has decreased to minus 50 degrees Celsius. Now see here what happens beyond troposphere. So tropopause is the cover of the troposphere, you can say, or here this is the boundary of the troposphere. Now what happens beyond? The temperature increases or decreases. Since we are discussing thermal zonation, according to temperature we have divided them into layers. In first layer, temperature decreases as we move up. Now in second layer, what will happen? The temperature
will increase.
Increases.
It will increase.
Increase.
So that means inversion had taken place. Here, inversion has taken place, thermal inversion. That means from here to here, temperature are decreasing. But after tropopause, temperature starts to increase. Temperature starts to increase. Therefore, inversion has taken place. Okay, just reversal has taken place. This is called as temperature inversion. Now, this layer is called as stratosphere. Okay, I write it here. Stratosphere. Anyone in class, why it is called stratosphere? Troposphere because of mixing, and turbulence is there because storms are there. All because of that, this is called troposphere. Why it is called stratosphere? The second layer. It is called, why it is called stratosphere? Anyone in class?
Sir, because temperature does not change with altitude.
No,
and the size
nothing has to do with
slight
temperature.
increase in temperature.
Strato volcano, have you studied? Oh, stratified. What do you mean by stratified? It is minus 50 degrees Celsius here. Here we have 50 kilometers. So from 15 kilometers, nearly about from 15 kilometer to 50 kilometer, we have stratosphere. This is clear. And here the temperature increases and it is around 10 degrees Celsius. So from minus 50, we have temperature has increased to 10 degrees Celsius. So there is a reason for increasing temperature as well. So stratosphere, it is because here the layers are stratified. The gaseous layers, they are more of stratified. That is, they are arranged in layers. That is why it is called a stratosphere. And see here what happens, the warmer layers, they will be on the top. Cooler layer, they will be on the bottom. This is clear. The warmer layer will be near the stratopause on the top, and the cooler layer, they will be at the bottom. This is clear. Now see here. Here we have one more layer, very important layer in stratosphere. Which layer is that?
Ozone layer.
Ozone layer. So it is around 20 kilometers to 30 or 18 to 30, you can say. So here we have one ozone layer. So most of the UV light of the sun, UV rays, they are absorbed here in the ozone layer. And because of why the temperature increases as we move up in the stratosphere. This is one of the most reasons. Because of the ozone layer here. So see here, it is stratified. Most of the layers, they are arranged in like layers. So below the layer, there will be cooler layer. As we move up, we have the warmer layers. And we have one very important layer, that is ozone layer. Here we have the ozone layer. It absorbs majorly all the UV rays. So it absorbs the UV rays and protects us from the UV radiations. Okay, in ozone layer as well we discuss. It's the whole topic after. In this chapter, after some time, we'll be discussing more on ozone layer. So this is clear. In a stratosphere, we have ozone layer. This is very important layer. Okay. Now what happens to the next layer? We have 350. We have layer. It is next layer will be which one? Ionosphere is there, but below that we have one more layer. Part of ionosphere, you can say. We have mesosphere. We have mesosphere. Okay. Here as well, what will happen? The temperature increases or decreases. See here as we are moving, temperature decreases. In the second layer, temperature increases. Third layer, temperature decreases. And here there's this mesopause. It's the coldest part on. It is around minus 143 degrees Celsius or equivalent to minus 150 degrees Celsius. Mesosphere. Why it is called mesosphere? See here. First layer, second layer, third layer, fourth and fifth layer we'll be discussing. It is the middle layer. So meso means middle layer. It's Greek word, I think, meso. It's middle layer. That's why it is called mesosphere. Temperature decreases. Next we have, okay. Next layer is which layer? Ionosphere. Okay, it is around 500 kilometers. And temperature, it is 1500 degrees Celsius further. We have temperature around 1500 degrees Celsius beyond and all. Okay. So see here, ionosphere, that means you can derive the from which what it is being derived. Ionosphere means ions are there. And how ions? See here, sun rays, X-rays are there, gamma rays are there, or the cosmic rays, you can say. So these all rays, as they are entering the Earth atmosphere, different part of these rays are being, UV rays is absorbed here. Here the rays, X-rays, gamma rays, cosmic rays, what happens there? Here we have the gases, their gases, atoms and molecules. They interact with these rays, X-rays, gamma rays, or the cosmic rays. What happens to these atoms and molecules? They get electrically charged. So as they get electrically charged, ions are formed. And here the temperature is very high, that is around 1500 degrees Celsius. As the ions are formed, this layer comes to be known as ionosphere. So here the temperature increases. As we move up in the towards the ionopause, the temperature increases. Now see here, as you are moving up, the density of the atmosphere decreases. It is getting more and more rarefied. That is, molecules are more and more far apart. Ionosphere, it consists of ions of gases. The atoms or molecules of gases, they are converted into ions. That is, they are electrically charged because they interact with the X-rays, gamma rays, or the cosmic rays. As they interact with these rays of the sun, they convert into ions. They become electrically charged and ions are formed. This is clear. So troposphere we have discussed. Majorly all the weather phenomena is taking place in troposphere. All the turbulence is there in troposphere. All the wind flowing fast and whatever storms, that is in troposphere. Then next we have the stratosphere. Here we have the main layer, that is the ozone layer. Then we have the mesosphere. Then we have the ionosphere. And beyond that we have exosphere, that is outer.
Exosphere.
We call it as exosphere. Exosphere. Exosphere, it is the outer part, or we can say boundary of the Earth atmosphere. It is very, very rarefied. So mainly which kind of gases you can find in exosphere? Hydrogen and helium. Which gas is lightest? Hydrogen or helium?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen is the lightest. Second is the helium. Second lightest, helium. So in exosphere we have these gases, hydrogen, then the helium, and they are very rarefied. That is distributed over there. Is this clear now? Now we can take one more layer. So troposphere. Okay, go get in the book. We'll go through one by one. Okay, page number 96. Troposphere means region of mixing. That is all the turbulence, all the we have discussed this one. All the weather phenomena we have discussed. Average height we have discussed. Troposphere water vapors, it is colorless, odorless. All those water vapor formation, precipitation we have discussed in troposphere. Cloud formation we have discussed in troposphere. Pollution as well. Haze and smoke. Anyone, what does haze or smoke means? Okay, in more detail we discuss. In here, in surrounding cities, mainly you have seen a kind of foggy-like structure, foggy-like formation around you. You have seen, you cannot see the things very clearly. That is haze. In Delhi, you can mostly see. If you're in Delhi, you can mostly see that it's very atmosphere is not very clear. You can't see the things very clear after a few distance. That is mainly haze or because of smoke. Okay, when the fog reacts with the okay, that we will discuss in more detail afterwards when we discuss the pollution. Okay. Now next important troposphere that we will discuss the normal offset, how the temperature decreases. Okay. So go through it troposphere for 1 minute. If you have any doubt, ask. Go through the troposphere for 1 minute. Any word or anything you have doubt.
No doubt.
Okay. This is smoke. Smoke and fog. Okay. Fog is there, that is water vapor is there, and smoke is there. So when the smoke and fog are there, smoke is formed. There's one more photochemical smoke that in more detail we discuss in pollution. Okay, no doubt here. Now stratosphere. Stratosphere. So you see all the water vapor, all the clouds are in troposphere, no clouds in the stratosphere. Here main is the ozone layer. So no visible weather phenomena is there. Only the serious clouds you can see. Ozone layer we have discussed. Next one, this is clear. Ionosphere, ions go through this, then we start the ozone. Up to exosphere, go through it. Okay, now see here. From exosphere, ionosphere, mesosphere. They are in heterosphere and these are in homosphere. This is clear? Sometimes
sir.
What is the meaning of stratosphere?
What is the meaning of
Stratosphere.
stratosphere? Okay, strato. I think it's a green Greek word again. So it is stratified. Its derived. Its name is derived because here the mainly the gases are in forms of layers. Like warmer gases, they form the layer near the top. Cooler gases, they are at the bottom. So it is stratified. Here the atmosphere is stratified in stratosphere. That's why it's in the form of layers. Warmer layers on the top, below layers they are cooler layers. Ozone layer as well, one layer is formed. This is called as ozonosphere as well sometimes. So stratosphere, it is stratified. This layer is stratified. Stratosphere is stratified. It is in the layers. That's why it is called a stratosphere. Mesosphere, just because it is in the middle. That is first layer, second layer, third layer, fourth layer, fifth layer. So it is the third layer. It is the middle layer. Therefore, it is called as mesosphere. Okay. Homosphere we have discussed. Major gases, let's discuss. So major gases we have discussed. Nitrogen is the major gases. It is mainly neutral gas. It doesn't react much. Nitrogen doesn't react much. It is neutral gas. It is about 78% of the composition of the Earth atmosphere. And a little bit is being converted by plants and animals for their use. Okay, next is oxygen. It is very reactive as we all know. Please mute yourself. Oxygen is very reactive gas, and mainly oxidation takes place. Oxidation you all know, that is a reaction with O2, we call it as oxidation. So oxidation is a slow process. Combustion, it's a fast process. This is clear. So when the other elements react with oxygen, oxidation takes place. You have seen the rust, iron rusting, that is because of oxidation. Next is the carbon dioxide. By composition, it is 0.033%. CO2. It is 0.033%. So carbon dioxide is by composition it is 0.033%, and mainly it absorbs majority of the heat. It has the high potential to absorb the heat. More detail when we discuss the greenhouse gas, we will discuss there. Okay, argon gas, that is 0.93%. It is inert gas. So inert gas, it is used in mainly filling the bulbs and other like welding as well. Argon gas is used. Structure of the earth we have discussed. Okay, now we discuss ozone. So any doubt till now?
No, sir.
But after looking your paper, it seems like you have some students have lot of doubts. Lot. Do study well. Only a little bit you have to study. Ozone. Okay, if there would have been no ozone, what would have happened on Earth? If there would have been no ozone, the UV rays, they would have reached the Earth's surface.
And everywhere
And
fire.
fire. Okay, UV rays, we would have cancer, we would have been blind, there would have been no life on Earth. No plants, no animals, nothing. No life. It would have been
Sir,
like other planets.
Sir, we would have sunburn also.
Sunburns as well. You have seen most of the creams in market like UV protection and all those. I don't know they really works or not. Okay, so we would have no life on Earth. So ozone layer is this very important layer, and how it functions, how it is formed. So it is formed from oxygen. So what happens here? We have the layer oxygen in atmosphere. Now as the UV rays falls on the oxygen is split. The oxygen molecule is split into two. So we have free oxygen. Now see here, it further reacts with oxygen and ozone is formed. Okay, so oxygen, because UV rays, it split into two atoms, O, and it reacts with oxygen because it is very unstable. So it reacts with oxygen and forms oxygen. Oxygen is there, it reacts with oxygen. Now this is how ozone is formed, and this is how we are protected from UV rays, because most of the UV rays, they are absorbed here in the ozone layer. They get absorbed and conversion takes place and ozone is formed. And that's how most of the UV rays, they don't reach the Earth's surface. Most of them are being absorbed here. And what is the importance? See your importance. The Earth's surface, Earth would have been a barren planet. It would have disastrous consequences. Animals would have been blind. There would have been no plants, no crops would have been there. So we can go through those points here. Page number 98. Okay, page number 98. So excessive radiation of the sun would render men and animals blind and cause crop damage and reduce. And then we would have skin diseases, cancers would have been there because of UV. Okay, these are the consequences. Now see here, other thing, how the ozone layer has been damaged. These 3 points are there, 4th, 5th, 6th. They are regarding the damage of the ozone layer. So see here, nitrous oxide. If because of animal activity or human activity, nitrous oxide is released, CFCs are released, or chlorofluorocarbons, or so these are released in the atmosphere. Now, as they reach the ozone layer, what happens here? As the O2 is split into O and O, this free oxygen will react with these or with the chlorine from the CFCs. They react with and chloromonoxide is formed. Similarly here, N2O reacts. So ozone is not formed. Some other molecules containing chlorine, fluorine, etc. is formed. That means ozone is not formed. Now they are kind of permanent there. And so the ozone layer, no ozone is formed, no O3 is formed. This layer will get on thinning. This layer will get on thinning. So majorly it is on the poles, Arctic, Antarctic, it is very thin. Most of the ozone layer, it is swept away there. And on Indian subcontinent as well, it is reduced by some percentage, 4 something percent. Australian continent as well, it has been reduced. So because of we are using chlorofluorocarbons or nitrous oxide and other such chemicals which damage the ozone layer. Because of that, the ozone layer has been reduced in thickness. Okay, and now see here, in 1990, there have been around 53 nations. They sat together for the protection of the ozone layer and putting prohibitions on the use of these agents which cause the damage of ozone layer. So that is, I think, that's Montreal Protocol. Okay, go through it once if you have any doubt. Ozone layer.
No doubt.
Go through it once. If you are not going through, you won't have the doubt. So importance of ozone layer, we discussed how it is impacting the life on the Earth. If there would be no ozone, UV rays would have reached the Earth's surface and there would have been no life. Okay, and since because of CFCs we are using in cleaning agents or in refrigerations we are using. So earlier chlorofluorocarbon CFCs, they have been used in refrigeration. Now we have replaced with some ozone friendly gases. You can see, you can check your air conditioners as well. It is being written somewhere. That is CFCs free or chlorine free, like that. So some new gases are being used there. Refrigerator, fire extinguishing fluids, spray, propellants, insulating foams. These CFCs were used. Okay. Now global warming. What does global warming mean? That is, warming is taking place globally. The whole Earth is warming up. So see here what happens. We have the Earth, we have the atmosphere surrounding it. Okay, as the rays of the sun enters, atmosphere, first few part is reflected here from the atmosphere as it is moving towards the earth. Few part is always getting reflected from atmosphere. This is clear. So it is around 6%. 6% is getting reflected from atmosphere back to the space. Okay, now remaining 94%, it will be entering the earth surface. Now rest clouds as well are there in troposphere, some may be in stratosphere as well. These clouds as well reflect the sun rays. So part of the sun insolation, that is incoming solar radiations. It is called as insolation. Incoming solar radiations. So part of it get reflected from the atmosphere. The gases, molecules and all, they reflect back. So it is around 66%. Remaining 94% enters. So around 20%, I think. Around 20% it is being reflected from the clouds. So 20% is being reflected from the clouds. Remaining, it further moves towards the surface of the earth, and Earth's surface, it absorbs around 51%. Okay, it absorbs around 51%, and some part is reflected back. So here on the surface we have the mountains, ice caps and all. Ice caps, they reflect more. So 4% around is reflected back. Okay, Earth has absorbed, so majority of the solar radiation, that is insolation, is being absorbed by Earth, around 51%. This is clear. Now see here what happens. Earth absorbs. Earlier, whatever radiation they were coming, they were coming from sun. They were hot radiation. So just 1 minute I will take. We'll discuss more in a minute. They are long wave radiations. So the atmosphere doesn't absorb the long wave radiations, but Earth absorbs those radiations. Now it is a cooler body. Earth is a cooler body. It will emit short wave radiations. And now see here, as Earth cools, these 15% it is being radiated, and the atmosphere near the Earth, it becomes heated. So mainly you can see the atmosphere gets to heat from the Earth. First, Earth absorbs those insolation. Now Earth radiates back, and these are short wave radiations. So majority of the gases, they absorb heat from Earth. That's why we have lower temperature near the Earth surface. As we move up, the temperature increases. This is clear, because Earth radiates that, and the gases around the Earth, they are heated because of Earth radiations. So first the Earth absorbs, now the Earth radiates, and the gases, they absorb the heat that is radiated from the Earth, short wave radiations. That's why temperature near the Earth surface is high as compared to as you move up. This is clear. More on global warming we discuss next time. Gases and all, CO2 and all, methane gases.
Can we leave now?
Yes, you can leave. So please revise it next time.
Thank you, sir.
And please find out the answers. I'll be asking the question answers. We'll be discussing
Okay, sir.
the question answers.
Okay,
So
sir.
find it
So
out.
you will tell the marks.
No, you will get the result.
So
Here,
when?
those students, 1 minute, those students who have written their name on papers, I'm not going to check them. Those students who have written their name even on the single page, okay? There are 3 to 4 students in geography, 1 or 2 in physics. If you haven't written the
Sir, this
name,
is correct.
so I'm not going to check them. So you may have the
Sir, I know. Sir, I not written on one page.
1 page is fine if you haven't written on even on the single page. Most of the students haven't written on 1 page, so you don't follow the instructions what are being provided. So either you have the chance, just text me today. Those students who haven't written even on a single page, please text me on WhatsApp your name. Okay, those students For example, you have written your name on one page, but not written on other. It's fine. I have checked them. But those students who haven't written on any of the pages, no name is there. Their papers are
Yes,
not
sir.
being checked yet. So please text me today. Okay? Or else
When?
they will left, you will get a drawback of 15 marks. 15, 30 marks. Okay?
Sir, at which time?
Text me now, and you're free now. Only those students, those who are written on any of the pages. If you're written on one page, it's fine. I can figure out the second page. Because I don't check on WhatsApp, I check on
Thank you,
laptop.
sir.
All the pics, yes, thank you. Parts, thank
Sir.
you. And please study well.
Thank you, sir.
Study well. Few students, those who copy from the internet, stop doing that. I can easily figure out.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. And study well, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Few students are watching while taking the paper. Just have to complete in 5 minutes and to leave fast. Yes? Don't do that. Farhan, is that clear? Okay, thank you. I'll be ending.
जय